Alright guys, so we're back with another Pokemon Masters video, and Mega Sceptile is finally in the game. Brendan finally has his Mega Sceptile, and I'm happy about that, because it is a nice little buff, but only thing is, it is not a crazy buff, because his passive doesn't even change at all. So, we can see Mega Sceptile here, he's in the game officially, which is great. Now, the only thing is, again, his passive doesn't change at all. So, we go to Mega Sceptile, and we still got Haste and Lift, or Light. So yeah, that still doesn't change, which is unfortunate. He doesn't get another passive because he does have room. Because what they could have done is either change up these two passives to add in something else, or they could add it in at least one more, because we do see other synchros that do have like 3 passives. So they easily could have done that, but they just went out of the way to not make this guy insane, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Regardless though, he is definitely a lot better to use now, which is great. So I think originally he was a special attacker. I think I could be wrong now. You could correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know if he was originally a special attacker. I know like before his Mega came out, a lot of people would just run Leaf Storm with Dauntless and everything, and this guy was good. Now you could of course still do that 100%, but his main ability now is going to be physical attacking, because his sync move is physical. And Bullet Seed is a nice option to use now too. So of course, with the grid stuff, you can definitely have 1 or 2, 3, or 4 sync grid strategies with Sceptile or every Pokemon as well. So you can definitely do that, play around with whatever you want. But in this video, we're going to be showcasing Mega Sceptile with Bullet Seed, because he is a physical attacker. We can see, because like earlier, like I have a video with him with Leaf Storm, so it's gonna be the same thing, but just hitting a little bit harder. Because with Mega or with Groudon as well, buffing physical attackers and being on the Hoenn team, Mega Sceptile is gonna be very good physically. So he's gonna be much better physically because of Mega Groudon. Because he also gives you like free Sun right when the battle starts, so it's gonna be a better option. They go in with Kyogre that gives you special attack. Like obviously that could be an option, then you can cancel that rain that Kyogre does and put in Sun. But you're gonna have to go out of your way to do that. Bring another synchro that is not really supporting you and is only benefiting you with Sun. So I'd rather have Groudon and then have like an actual support that can support the team. So Mega Sceptile, when you Mega Evolve him, his special attack and physical attack do increase all the way up to 564 on the physical attack. And special attack turns into 504, and we can see it's a substantial buff. Like the physical attack is over 100 points increase, which is great, and special attack is just reaching 70. So like physical attacking wise, Mega Sceptile is going to be very good. But Bullet Seed is a low base power attack, so you're not going to be doing too much damage, but it will be enough to where you can actually do something with Bullet Seed, which is great. So what I have for his lucky skill is Critical Strike 2, and for the passive, or his sync grid, I have Bullet Seed power-ups with Speeding Sun and Amped Up, because then it raises the speed by 1 star rank when he lands a crit, and because of Bullet Seed landing maybe 5 times, you can easily increase your speed with Bullet Seed if you don't have anybody on the team that can increase your speed. So that's what I had. And then I have Bullet Seed and Move Gauge Refresh along with Bullet Seed Staggering 1. And this is going to be very beneficial, because if you get lucky, Bullet Seed can like flinch. And it has right here 20% chance to make a target flinch against the enemy when it's successful. Now, I could be wrong, but if Bullet Seed attacks 5 times, that'll be 5 chances that you can get a flinch. And that's going to be very good. Now, it's only 20% chance, but if you land 5 Bullet Seed hits, then that is 5 chances that the 20% can activate, making the enemy flinch, which is very good. Now, I think that is how it works. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But let me know in the comments as well if that's how it works or if I'm wrong. But anyways, that's what I have for the grid for Bullet Seed. And for the team, this is what I'm going to rock with. Again, Groudon. He gives you a free Sun, and Sceptile benefits the Sun. And Groudon increases physical attacking sync pairs, and because Brendan is from the Hoenn region, he's just going to be getting a nice buff. Now, Skyla is not part of the Hoenn region team, so the buff for the whole team is not going to be anything like maxed out, but it is still going to be very good for Sceptile. So we're going to be going up against Tapu Bulu Part 2. Like, we're not going to be going on Stage 3 or Stage 1. We're going to be meeting right in the middle, just so we can kind of see the potential of Sceptile. Now, I don't have every single Sync Pair in the game, so I can't really bring out Sceptile's full potential, because there are other Sync Pairs that can really make Sceptile shine, and I don't have those Sync Pairs, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well, so you can definitely play around with teams and play around with Mega Sceptile. But let's go into the battle and see how Mega Sceptile performs, because Tapu Bulu, he does have grassy terrain as well, so we can easily get a nice buff with that, because Sun's not going to last the whole time. So we could easily just have grassy terrain up with the Sun, which is going to be very good. And Mega Sceptile is definitely going to be hitting pretty hard, especially with Sun and grassy terrain up. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And Mega Sceptile is one of my favorite Megas too. I love him. I use him a lot in Pokemon Go. And it's just so fun. I love the design. I love that he is grass and dragon. Only issue is, like, he is 4 times weak to ice. Like in the Main Series games. In the Main Series games, he's 4 times weak to ice, which is... I don't like Pokemon that are 4 times weak to something, but, I mean, in Pokemon Masters, that is not the case, so, like, we don't have to worry about that. So, Bullet Seed right now, he is doing, like, 500 per hit, but he isn't super effective. So, if he was super effective, this would be doing easily, like, 1,000 per hit. And if you get very lucky, you can get 5 per hit. So then Bullet Seed could be doing 5,000 damage per turn, which is nice. And now we're almost up to like 1,000 per hit, and we're not even super effective. That's because Grassy Terrain is up, and we still got Sun, which is boosting Sceptile's attack. Now, of course, like, once we get Swanna to Sync move, we're gonna get the 100% buff on the Sync, because Swanna is 6-star, and 6-star supports are very good when it comes to buffing your Sync Pairs after they Sync move, which is very, very important. So that's why I really want to try to get, or I really want to get Swanna to Sync move as soon as possible, so that we can get Sceptile to start doing even more damage. So there we go, we're going to Sync move, and then we are going to go for more Bullet Seeds. And we can see that the flinch is activating there, and flinching in this game is just so OP. I love it. And like, I think it does activate per hit. So if you attack 5 times, that's going to be a nice amount of chances that you can flinch the enemy, which is going to be very beneficial, especially in this game, because if you have Sync Pairs that are glass cannons and you could flinch the enemy with them, it's going to be game changer. And especially with Sceptile, he is not defensive at all. He's like a glass cannon in a way, or he is a glass cannon. So having them flinch is going to be so good, especially if the enemy has an AoE and Sceptile can get hit. And you could flinch, stall at the enemy, do your damage. It's going to be so, so nice. So I think the Bullet Seed build is going to be the way to go for Sceptile. But we'll see. Of course, Leaf Storm is going to be a nice option regardless. So, yeah, I thought we would have been done this phase by now. But, like, I mean, still, we're not super effective. And Sceptile is honestly a lot of fun to use. I'm loving this guy. Love the design. I love seeing this guy in Pokemon Masters now. I'm so happy he's finally in it. We've been talking about this for a while, like what they're going to do with Mega Sceptile when he does come to the game. And I had a feeling they were just going to make Brendan have his Sceptile Mega Evolve, and I was right. And I think in older videos, I did say that, like, there's a high chance that they can Mega Evolve Brendan's Sceptile. And they did. Only thing I wish they did was change up his passives. Honestly, I really wish they change up his passives, because he could be much better, but they just held back big time and decided to kind of like stall this guy. Like he could have easily been way better. They could have easily given this guy a Dragon Pulse when he Mega Evolved, because let's face it, you're not going to need Dire Hit after you Mega Evolve, because you're already going to be using that before you Mega Evolve, and then you got supports on the team that can possibly increase your crits as well. So like, they easily could have got rid of Dire Hit on after he sings to Mega Evolve, and then they could have put Dragon Pulse, and then he could have been a dual Dragon and Grass type attacker, which would have been nice. So there's a lot that they could have done with Sceptile, even if he is an old sinker that they just buffed to get a Mega Evolution. They could have easily done that, but they just went out of the way to just not make this guy crazy, because he could have easily been crazy. He could have been a lot more fun, a lot more better, but they just didn't do that. Now, is it nice that he's finally in the game? Of course. I've been waiting for this for a while. He's still really good. He's still very usable. So like you could take what you want from this. But I'm having a lot of fun with this guy. Bullet Seed is a lot of fun trying to flinch the enemy with each Bullet Seed hit. Like he's good. Like he's good. He's good. That's all I can really say. He's usable. And he's a good grass type striker. So obviously there's better strikers in the game on the grass type category, but if you love Brendan, if you love Sceptile, if you love Mega Sceptile, then you can finally use him in the game and have fun with that. That's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of Mega Sceptile. For me personally, I love it. I love that he's in the game, but it is kind of disappointing that they didn't really change up his passives to make him a lot more better. But it is what it is. What can you do? He's still really good. Again, let me know what you guys think. That'll be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.